Bitcoin sitting at $64,000. We are getting a short-term bounce on some of the altcoins, but the bulls do have some work to do to break through some of those key levels. So in today's show, we're going to have a look at all the levels that matter. We're going to have a look at a bunch of altcoins, some of the stronger ones that we mentioned many months ago, and some even a couple of weeks ago, now getting Binance listings. So there should be some major pumps within those coins. So smash the like button, hit the bell notification, and subscribe to the channel. And let's get straight into the show content of today. Looking at the banter bubbles over here, at least you can see a lot of the coins are starting to try and at least push up over here on the hourly, daily. A lot of coins also bouncing back, right? Yesterday, a pretty red day, but gaining back some of that momentum. So we have a whole lot to look at today because there is a massive options expiration, which is going to be coming out. You can see over here from 𝗕𝗓𝗓𝗕, big day, 2.7 trillion in notional options will expire. That's going to be today. That's the largest ever expiration in history per Goldman Sachs for the month of July specifically. And we know the stock market is also pulling back. DXY is pushing up over here, coming into major support, that being the gray box territory. But we want to see some signs of weakness on this bounce into a lower high, and then hopefully we can start to see this breakdown into the broader range, right? Deviating that broader range, you'd be dropping quite heavily then on the dollar in that instance, and that will be very, very good for crypto. Here you have, remember, the S&P 500 on the top left, the Nasdaq on the top right, and we spoke about the TD sequential 9 top already weeks ago when we got onto the 9. That was in the beginning of July, saying expect a little bit of a corrective phase over there. That is taking place. So something to watch for coming into that options expiration. So we're going to be very, very quick on today's show. I just want to give you all the main points, and you can be well on your way into your Friday and your weekend. So guys, please smash the like button. It really, really helps to get the show content out there. And then we can have a look over here at Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin, big, strong monthly candles so far, looking very, very good. We'll keep monitoring that. We would love to see if Bitcoin could start to break above this. I'm actually going to put that level in. So every time we look back, you have a nice visual cue to look at over there, and we'll put it in green, because if you break above that, that's going to be very, very significant. Getting above those highs, closing above 67,500 to 67,600, that zone is going to be very, very strong for bulls to send this and have continuation. Yesterday, go back to that stream if you haven't watched it. I spoke about the significance of the timing cycles and when we could expect a major top within the cycles. And we said the most likely outcome was going to be between these white lines over here, which puts you between anywhere between May and October of 2025, which means you expect still a couple of months of continuation, right? You're looking at least another 10 to possibly 15 more months of upside for Bitcoin. But what could the big catalyst be to get this going? That is the question, right? What is going to be the catalyst that's going to get this massive parabolic run? We've already had the ETFs we spoke about yesterday. What happened when gold, at least, well, when the US dollar broke away from the gold standard, that sent gold absolutely parabolic towards the upside in 1971 when President Nixon broke away. But there is something major that's starting to unfold within the markets. At least there's chit chat around it, and we don't have any concrete confirmations yet. But if this were to take place, it would be absolutely enormous for crypto. And the speculation is this: it's come from Dennis Porter reporting that Trump will announce a strategic Bitcoin reserve at the Bitcoin conference, which is coming up next week in Nashville, right? So definitely keep an eye out on this. If this does unfold, and you have other names which are also pretty reputable, right? Simon Dixon also coming out and saying that, getting more and more confirmations that these rumors may actually be true, right? Trump to announce the USA Bitcoin Strategic Reserve in Nashville. This would be very, very similar to what El Salvador did and started to change the economy. And we know that, of course, the US buying power is mega significant. So here's actually the tweet from Dennis Porter, or at least elaborating on what he's been saying over here. So he says, adding Bitcoin as a strategic reserve would be a very decisive win for America and for Bitcoin, but some wonder how it can be done, right? The most obvious way forward is exchange stabilization funds at the US Treasury. And I'm not going to go through this whole thread because it's very, very long. But if you do want to, just go through to his Twitter over there, Dennis Porter, go and have a look. You can scroll through, see what some of the key functions are and how this would actually be implemented, where the liquidity would come from, what it would mean for Bitcoin. Ultimately, it would mean a whole lot of new Bitcoin would have to be bought up, right? Using, of course, the US Treasury. Now, if you go through to this video as well, watch this from Invest Answers, absolutely phenomenal video. He says here, how many BTC would it require to join the elite 1%? I'm going to give a bit of a spoiler. I mean, theoretically, if Bitcoin were to capture at least worldwide a certain percentage of users, at least a certain amount of the world's wealth went into Bitcoin, you could have anywhere between about 7 and 14 Bitcoin to be in the top 1%, right, in the future. Now, the reason why, and you can already see where BlackRock is pricing in how much of the world will actually hold Bitcoin, or how much of the world's wealth. Think of BlackRock, which have a wide class of different assets. They currently, which only started 3 or 4 months ago, already are holding 1.93% Bitcoin in terms of their total assets under management, which is absolutely enormous, right? If this is any indication of what's to come, then you could say that the total assets under management in the entire world could easily be 1%, because BlackRock already in the first 4 months are pricing that in at 2%. Go watch that video if you want to find out more. Phenomenal video where he goes through a whole bunch of different data and he shows you what would be required, right? So to be in the top 0.1%, you need to have 21 Bitcoin or more. That's under the presumption that, 1% of all the assets under management in the entire world move into Bitcoin, right? That Bitcoin absorbs that. If you start to push up towards BlackRock levels, like I said, 1.93%, or even potentially speculating at 5%, well, then you might only need 7 Bitcoin to be, and that's not to be a millionaire, of course, that's to be in the top 1% richest people in the entire world. So if you look over here, advanced as well, he says if he can add something over here, Bitcoin at $100,000 and ETH at $7,000 would provide more crypto billionaires or centimillionaires than any other industry that's ever existed on this planet. And I guess this is why you guys are all here, right? Crypto cannot be denied its rightful place as king of the asset classes, right? We've seen major moves within crypto, and I'm sure a lot of you over here have made life-changing wealth, which is why you continue to stick around. So back to the charts over here, still one of the longest corrections at 127 days, but it is looking like we're turning a major corner, and there's a good probability that this is going to be the major low within the markets. Bitcoin is above the 21 exponential moving average. The stochastic RSI still attempting to turn back up. We need to clear above some very significant levels. As mentioned, this orange line lines up with what I showed you on the monthly scale. We need to get above that 65.5 to 65.6 region. That will break you above the previous monthly open and closes on the last 2-month candles, which has been capping price down. You have to wrestle with the 𝗬𝗓𝗧, which is also coming down. Theoretically, this is still technically a downtrend with lower lows and lower highs, but as long as Bitcoin remains above $60,000, it's better to be bullish than bearish, especially when you watch yesterday's video where I speak specifically about the timing cycle. Not only that, but we're coming off very low volatility, right? This is the lowest volatility that we've seen in a 3-month time frame in the history of Bitcoin, which means that you're looking for pretty substantial moves, which we've spoken about over here with the, of course, Bollinger Bands and the Bollinger Band width percentile being very low over there. And not only that, but retail interest, surprisingly, is very low, right? If you look over here, the demand is at a 3-year low. Retail are not here. So most of the demand that's come into the market is in the form of those spot ETFs driving price up. At least, well, the buyers of the ETF funds are, of course, retail, but they have brokers which are reaching out to their clientele and recommending certain allocation into Bitcoin and crypto. And we know that the ETH ETF is very, very soon. It's right around the corner. So looking at the Bitcoin chart over here, you've pushed up, you've reclaimed back above the 50-day moving average, and the super guppy will inevitably start to turn up. Yesterday, it started to look sketchy where we were starting to break down, but immediately today, we're back above that, open the candle above the 50-day moving average, wick down a little bit again, but we still back above. So maybe, just maybe, we'll start to see a little bit of a higher low form over here, and price can continue high. So we'll keep an eye out on the super guppy. This was the outlook, right? We said watch for a little bit of a pullback. Could that be it? Could that be the pullback? It is entirely possible, which is why I said it's worth having at least some exposure in the market. Right now, price is above the pivot level, sitting at $62,000. And as long as it's above that, the RSI will continue to trend up and the bulls will remain in control, right? We've had the spring phase as per the Wyckoff accumulation schematic, which we've spoken about a whole lot. There it is. We've broken back into the range. There's no guarantee you get a back test into the support level or the range low, which would be that $60,000 to $62,000 region. So don't hold your breath on that, right? You do still want to have a little bit of exposure. At the moment, you have now the 9 and the 18 exponential, which is continuing to trend back up, starting to reclaim back above that range low area, adding as additional support. You also have the 200 MA, EMA, which is going to be the dark blue one, which is also now above that range low. And shortly behind that, you have the light blue one, which is going to be the 200 MA, which is also trending up, which just means that this yellow area is going to be phenomenal support. If price were to come back down into that, that's going to be a buy area, right? If price even does manage to come that low. Also to mention, you're about to print your next bull moon, right? We've used the moon phases a lot on this channel, and you can see every 15 days you print a new moon. And where are we right now? We're 14 days in. So expect it tomorrow, the new bull moon will print something to keep an eye out on. Why do the moon cycles work? I mean, all I can do is speculate that the moons control the tides and our bodies are made up mostly of water, which means it affects emotions and emotions drive the markets. Simple as that. Do your own research. Let's continue. Now, if you look at the liquidity gaps over here, there is some liquidity on the downside as well, with agreements across the 12-hour, 24-hour, and the 3-day time frame. Here it is sitting at $62,900. If we go on the 24-hour time period, you can see over there also sitting at $63,000. So in agreement over there. And then you got the next one over here on the 3-day time frame. That one's coming in also at $63,000 with a couple of $100 million worth of liquidity. So if we go back to this chart over here, that shows you that, close enough. Will you get into the 62K region or even the 60K region? It's not a guarantee. Yesterday, we were looking at the pullback into the golden cross on the 4-hour time frame, that being the 50 and 200 EMA crossing up. We'll review that in just a moment, but something to keep a watchful eye on. You don't want to get too greedy on your entries. It's at this point in the market cycle, it's definitely worth having a little bit of exposure, right? You don't want to be fully sitting on the sidelines there, or you're going to have extreme FOMO. So miners do continue to sell, right? You can see over here that they've now sold just short of 2,000 Bitcoin, and that's as per the hash ribbon's capitulation signal, at least that was taking place over there. The bears were in control for quite some time, ever since they started to sell over here. We pretty much set in the Pico top at about that $72,000 region, and they govern price towards the downside. We're still waiting for the blue buy signal. We spoke about hedging with the short trade over here, that if there was going to be a rejection, you're taking your fib from the top of the range down to the bottom of the range. That measures out the golden pocket, which is going to be the 0.618 to 65. You can see you've wicked into there. Theoretically, you could be hedge short there and you could eliminate your risk totally risk-free. If price gets back above there, you've probably confirmed a higher low with a sharp reaction coming out of that Wyckoff spring and looking for continuation higher. So I would love to see a little bit of a deeper correction. I'd love to see it come down into the 62 region. But as mentioned, absolutely no guarantee that that will actually take place. This short trade is not here to make you millions and millions of dollars. The short trade has been given to hedge, right? To hedge against the potential downside, because at the end of the day, a trend is the most important thing to look at within these markets. And over here, you have lower highs and lower lows, right? Lower highs and lower lows. So if you do break back down over here, the short trade is simply just a hedge, right? I've marked the short trade into this region over here being the range low as the most probable level to bounce. But theoretically, if that were trend continuation, well, your next major support would come in at that $50,000 region. And I do think that this is less likely to play out. Just to be clear, I think it's less likely to play out. I would say that the most likely outcome is that somewhere around here, whether it's right now you increase towards the upside, or whether you throw back into this range low, you're going to form a higher low, and then you're going to have continuation higher. So that is the base case that I'm following over there. Here you have your 4-hour time frame where we said watch for the pullback into the 50 and 200 EMA. We got very, very close, but we haven't hit it. As this increases up, this is going to be support, right? So if you do come into this, then that becomes a buy. Even if you sweep through, right, that becomes a buy. You'd be looking to establish long positions into that zone. I am holding off with a little bit of my capital in case we do get something like that. And also, this is where you'd start to look to take profits on the so-called hedge short trade that I've given over here, right? So with that being said, I'm keeping an eye over here on the flows. We're looking at the CVD futures and the spot over here, which is in orange. You can see theoretically hourly time frame still downtrending, right? Lower lows, lower highs. Price is pushing up towards that resistance zone. You do have some early signs you can see over there with the CVD futures trying to break that trend line. So we'll see if spot follow on over here. If they do, then we expect a major higher low to form on the 4-hour and the daily time frame, and possibly would be looking to go higher. So we've been covering a whole bunch over here. We took some trades yesterday. I updated in the Discord. I closed the trades just before the drop. So now I'm going to have to look for new entries. I closed the profits. I want to fly business when I go to Dubai. So I thought, why not? I've already made the profits. Let's close them, take it, get the business class ticket, and have a comfy trip, right? We'll look for new opportunities for the rest of you over there. But anyways, with that being said, remember, you can participate in the Banter Cybertruck competition, where the highest P&L percentage in this competition will win a Cybertruck. This is an easy competition, guys. There are only 76 participants. Remember, most of these competitions or campaigns that are run by Bybit, BitGet, or any of the other exchanges bring in tens of thousands of people that you have to compete with. This is a competition specific to Banter only. So I really encourage you guys, sign up, right? Look at that. I'm only 0.68% up in the competition. Why? Because I took a $5,000 trade. I went up 40%, but my account is $50,000. So I'm an idiot that used my full account. Don't be that person. And that puts me at 16th place in this ranking. This is a dead easy competition for you to win. Use the link in the description below. Sign up to Bybit. It is over here. There we go on the top. Sign up to Bybit. Once you've signed up, make a small deposit to claim your sign-up bonus of up to $30,000. Then come through over here and click the Tesla Cybertruck competition and join the competition with us. Okay. Also, that automatically actually qualifies you into the Banter Bags giveaway. Hardest, if you can just put the Banter Bags on the screen over there. So the Banter Bags is where we ultimately invest into IDO investments. We have a whole lot of them, right? Long story short, they're usually 100 to 300x, somewhere in that region. And you can expect when we give them away, they'll be valued at millions of dollars. Now, we give them away based on the user ID. We look up the user ID from all the various different exchanges that you signed up to. Okay, you can take it down, hardest. And if you come through to the description here, here's all the exchange links that will qualify you. So if you do want to participate, sign up, and then you automatically have an entry into the competition. Also, with that being said, speaking of the IDOs, you do have a way that you can participate in IDOs as well. Remember, you have these various different VC funds. Commonwealth is also listed in the description below if you want to find out more. A lot of you participated. Remember, you can stake, right? You can stake your wealth tokens for 214% APY. By staking those tokens, you will have input into how much they should allocate into various different projects and coins, right? So you become a strategic advisor based on how many tokens you stake as well. So that is in the description below. Additional alpha for you guys. Whales market, the 𝗥𝗚𝗚𝗏 token price just spiked. It went up something like 14x overnight. So we've spoken about 𝗥𝗚𝗏 before. Remember, this is where it uses your spare bandwidth and you can mine you mine tokens, or at least you mine points, and the points are going to eventually be worth something. So I've calculated, you can see over here, the average bids, and this was totally free, guys. I haven't spent 1 single cent on this, totally free. The average bid price now, so how much is each point being bought for? It's 0.0154. They've already asked to connect our Phantom wallets, which means that an airdrop is likely coming sometime soon. And that's what those points are going for, right? Now, based on the points that I have literally 125 million points. That means at current prices on the secondary market, Wales market, I did nothing, guys. This was totally free. Is now worth $192,500. I'm pretty sure I'm going to make at least $1 million off this for nothing. This is the beauty of crypto, which is what takes you back to at least that other tweet that I had over here. Why there are so many billionaires and centimillionaires in this industry versus any other industry that's out there. And also, this is why you don't want to be one of these guys. Retail demand at an all-time low, at least 3-year low, right? You don't want to be one of these guys. You're not, because you're here live right now, right? You're watching the show, but share this with a family member, share it with a friend that's in crypto, because there's opportunities everywhere. Don't give up on the space. When prices start to stagnate and go down, we trade the range. We make money like that. When there is no volatility, you're not even getting a 0.5% move in Bitcoin per day, well, then we look for other opportunities like this, like Get Grass. Now, if there is any of you that still want to participate, there is a link in the description below. Scroll through to the bottom. You are going to have to use a referral link to get in. You can't get into Get Grass any other way. Use that link, sign up. You have to mine at least 400 hours of uptime, right? So I have it over here. There it is. It's always mining, network quality, 75%. It just sits there in the background and mines, right? Easy money for you guys. Other coins, right? Other coins that we spoke of over here, top 5 alpha recorded coins, or whatever he says over here, top 5 coins in the last couple of days. Maker, did I not warn you guys? Top of the list, Maker's one of them in the top 5, right? Banana Bot, right? If you have a look over here at Banana Bot, now listing on Binance. We spoke about that over a week ago already. OM, I've spoken about to you guys for months, right? Real world assets. HNT Deepen, fair enough. I didn't give that one. Moz in DeFi 3.0. I didn't give that one either, but these are some of the top performers for the week. So we can have a look at some of those in just a moment. We'll go through to that. Remember, the ETH ETF is coming. How much money could flow into the ETH ETF? What could you expect? Well, here's some early estimates. Bitwise, $15 billion in 18 months. Galaxy, $1 billion in the first 5 months. Grayscale, 3.5 to 4 billion in the first 4 months. He says over here, for comparison, Bitcoin spot ETF saw 15.5 billion in those first 5 months. And if you estimate that the ETH ETF ranges between 25 to 33% of the volume, well, you should get some sizable gains, right? Some sizable pumps over here. Why? Well, it's the price sensitivity. It's going to be much more sensitive to the price. Why? Because it's got less ETH available to sale, for sale, due to all the DeFi protocols that are out there staking and locking their ETH. Therefore, it's not available to buy. There's less ETH actually than Bitcoin on exchanges, and they have a lower inflation rate. Remember the stock to flow model, how much of it's being released? Well, ETH is actually deflationary, right? Negative 0.14%. So it's deflationary. Bitcoin, there's increasing supply coming onto the market, but at a very, very low rate, 0.85%. So something to keep an eye on. And if this does launch next week, Tuesday, of course, we'll be reporting on that. There should be a whole lot to look at. Bitcoin dominance, still waiting for the breakdown. It will take time. Theoretically, you're caught at mid-range over here, which is the yellow line, 53.83%. That is your support area. All right. Total 3 pulling back slightly. Coins. Okay, altcoins over here. Let's quickly check since how does this banana gun look now? Let's go to banana gun. Okay, there it is. Big move. I told you it's one of the few charts uptrending. Higher highs and high lows is the name of the game. This one's broken out. It's looking super strong. If you go to OM, let's see how OM's looking. Okay, hit TP1, starting to still put in the pullback over here. If you get a throwback into the range high over here, I would say anywhere between 92 cents and $1 is definitely going to be a strong buy level. Let's go to Solana. All right, Solana looking strong, pushing into that area of interest. I want to see continuation. Okay, we need to see continuation over here from Solana. Break and hold above the pink box over here. Flip that into support, and it's going to be looking really, really juicy for long, all the way up to 200. This is still my biggest position, right? Definitely my biggest position. Oh, yes, we have to mention as well, Casper hash rate going through the absolute roof. I don't think I have that tweet available here, but the hash rate continues to be climb, at least towards the upside. Price and hash rate tend to follow together. As hash rate moves to new all-time highs, you would expect Casper should start to push as well above this region over here. This is one of my biggest holdings as well, looking at a break above 0.18, flipping that into support, and then it should pull a OM mantra type move where you see that overextension, right? Okay, so something to look at over there. Let's go to some of the meme coins as well. How are the meme coin sectors doing today? Okay, we got Book of Memes putting in a bit of a move over here to reclaim the range low. So that is a good sign. Still theoretically downtrending bonk. Okay, long trade still in play, looking good. Brett also not looking too bad over here, looking at a major high low, waiting for the break of the downsloping trend line. Floki also looking really decent. Every time holding this range low, pushing back up, you are approaching mid-range, which is going to be pretty much at this level over here. 21,560 are the last couple of digits. That's Floki. All right, Pepe. How's Pepe doing? Okay, still a little bit of a sloppy chart. Ponky. Okay, all-time highs looking very strong. That's pretty much leading the meme sector as it currently stands. Whiff. Still sloppy, but now it's officially reclaimed this level. Theoretically, that would open up a long trade. You could have your stop below yesterday's low. This is a key area of support. It's a sloppy chart, but if you are trading the range levels, you would be trading back up towards mid-range, which is going to be around this region over here. There you go, trade it to mid-range, and thereafter up to the range high. Okay, what else have we got, guys? What else have we got? Let me know. Let's quickly see what else do I have on the list over here for you. Okay, also 𝗕𝗬𝗕𝗥 pushing up nicely, right? Got to move up into the area of interest that we're looking at. We said this is resistance, right? If 𝗕𝗬𝗕𝗥 can start to break above these levels and get above here, hold and consolidate above this, it's 0.033, so 3 cents region, then you start to open up the trade much, much higher, right? So that's the level that we're looking at over there. BlackRock also still getting bid, getting quite a comeback over here, right? A big comeback similar to 𝗕𝗬𝗕𝗥. We need to see it push and hold above this level. Once you break above this level, you open up the trading range where you can start to get moves, at least from here to your next area of resistance, which is going to be, that is in the way, bro. Get out the way. Let's see. 150% up, right? 150% up over there. Okay. Any other noteworthy meme coins that are standing out over here? We looked at those ones yesterday. By the way, guys, also remember BitFunded. If you do want to qualify for your funding, you don't want to use your own money, but like, what is it again? Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad says, use other people's money to get rich, right? Donald Trump also says that, use other people's money. Obviously, don't scam anybody. Just utilize other people's money in the sense of funding. If you can get a big, big loan, well, you can take it if you're using it in the right way, or you can qualify for funding. Utilize only $50, $49 to qualify for $5,000. I haven't taken a trade here yet. I'm still waiting. There's my account. I've paid for the first at least subscription, and I'm going to be looking to pass this challenge. We'll see how easy or hard it is. The links are in the description below, and then also you have Get Grass below. Let's take a couple of meme coin requests, or meme coin, excuse me, any coin requests, not meme coin, any coin. Let's see, how's Walsh doing? Not good. Slurf looking to break back into the range over here. So watch for the break above there. Confirmation of the breakout will be getting above 26 cents. Okay, guys, let me know. Any other coins? Injective. Yes, let's look at some real coins as well. Some Injective. Where is Injective? Injective. Here it is. Okay, still waiting for a push here into the range highs. Look, I'd wait for a pullback. I definitely wouldn't be longing at these levels, but if you are already in the long trade, resistance will be coming in at $30, right? $30 is your resistance. How is Phantom doing? Let's look at Phantom. Last I looked, Phantom was at major resistance, putting in a lower high. So we will see if that is the case. Okay, yep, major resistance, rejecting over there. I don't think there's any long on Phantom until you get above the breakdown level, which is 58 cents. I would be patient on Phantom. Okay, Ping. I haven't looked at Ping. Do I even have Ping on here? Ping the Penguin. Okay, let's go to Ping. Let's add it into our meme coin sector. This meme list just keeps growing. There we go. Ping is in the list now. Let's have a look. Oh, Ping did not do well. Ping has been obliterated, but it is at range lows, right? You don't really, but there's no movement over here. You know, you don't want to be buying coins that don't have any, upside volatility. But that is the area of interest, right? So wait for it to come a little bit deeper into the 18-cent region. That is Ping. Okay, Cardano. I see you guys want Cardano. I'll look at Cardano. Rejecting from resistance levels overhead over here. You can see over there, lower lows, lower highs. Look, if it's going to be like Bitcoin and it's going to form another high low, you can pretty much just mark out the 50% level. So from the low to the high, you want to find support over here at 38. So if you are looking for Cardano for some reason, then you want to see that, right? You want to see it hold this level, break back above the range high, and then you'll get continuation. Okay, book of memes, I already covered. 𝗕𝗏𝗏, let's go look at 𝗕𝗏𝗏. Okay, 𝗕𝗏𝗏 looking good. I mean, theoretically, hold the longs. This is flipping this level back into support. So I'd be looking for continuation. We're already long on 𝗕𝗏𝗏. Continue to hold that position. It's looking pretty decent. Okay, Shiba Inu. Okay, not looking good, to be honest. Still downtrending. Not much over here. This is going to be the major support, the white line. Okay, what else, guys? What else? Anything else? Sui. Yes, let's go to Sui. How is Sui doing? Okay, we're still in the Sui long over here. You're looking for a high low to form somewhere in this region. We can go into a lower time frame, see if we can spot something a bit better. Okay, I mean, theoretically, on a closing basis, this is still uptrending. But just be careful over here that you don't put in a lower high. You can eliminate the risk on the trade over here, right? So if you did take the long trade with us, let's just quickly unlock that. There we go. Eliminate the risk. There's no risk on this trade. You should have taken half your profits already. Okay, let's go to Rune. How is Rune doing on especially on the lower time frames? I'm on the 4-hour time frame, so we'll have a look over here. Okay, we got a big move up. Of course, we got a big move up over here. I'm going to be patient on Rune. As mentioned, I already closed the position because I want to use that for the flights. There we go. Looking for a move down into this region. If we do get it, a throwback into this, similar to what 𝗕𝗏𝗏 has already done. 𝗕𝗏𝗏 broke the structure, created new higher highs. Now you're looking for the throwback. It's just a question of where it finds support. I would like to get long again over there at about 425, only if it's showing strength though. If it's showing strength, ideal would actually be a deeper throwback, right? Because this is, but where Rune gets moving, it gets moving quick. You don't always get those perfect throwbacks. This is where you're looking for the deviation. You're looking for the break of the downsloping trend line. Now you're waiting for a throwback somewhere into that region, right? Somewhere into that region over there. That would be the ideal long scenario. So we'll just have to watch and see. All right, guys, that's it from me. I'll see all of you on the next one. Let's cut it over there. Smash the like button. Use the links below. Get grass. You also have, of course, the Bitfunded and then the Viber trading competition. I'll see you all on the next one, which is tomorrow. Have a great weekend and cheers for now.